For today's video, I will show you how to create your game screens and how to build the game as an app. To do this, first we have to make a new scene by right-clicking and then selecting Create Scene. You can name it whatever you want, but I will name it as Start Screen. Double-click on Start Screen to edit. Next is to add the canvas by right-clicking to UI and then Canvas. Next is to right-click Canvas, then UI, and then Panel. Press F to get a better view. We can get a more stable view, however, by clicking on the 2D button. Next, to make sure the source image is set to none, and on color, make sure the bottom bar is full to the right so it is not transparent. Next is the right click panel, then UI, and then legacy, and then text. Resize the box to your like. Type the title you want to use here. I used Super Capsule Jumper. You can also change the text to press start and then adjust the text size here and also adjust the alignment of the text to however you want. Next step is to add the button. Right click on panel again and then to UI, legacy, and then button. You can adjust and move it however you like. To edit the text, click the arrow beside the button and go to the text object. Do the same for the thing you did for the title. Now, to make the button do something, we should first make a script for it, which I made and named Start Menu. In here, you have to use Unity Scene Management again and name void start game. And finally, do the same for the build index as last time. Next is to add a list to the button and drag the start menu to the button object before putting it in a list. As you can see, I made a mistake and it did not see our void start game. Make sure it is properly placed beforehand. Now that I did it properly, you can see that you can select the start menu script and your void start game. To test this, we have to go back to build settings first, and then we have to add the screen to the open scenes and then drag it to the top before level 1. Now, let's test it out to see how if it works. Now, the next part is to make a game over screen. This is now easier since we can just duplicate our start screen and then edit some parts of it to fit into our game over screen. So first, let us duplicate the screen by just pressing Ctrl D and then rename it into game over screen. Double click to go to it. In the text, edit what you want to put for your game over screen. Here, I put game over and then thank you for play, and made sure to adjust the size and the spacing so that it doesn't look too much and too big. I also adjusted the button so I can move down text so as not to be all the way to the top. Next, edit the button to say quit. After that, we will remove the start menu script by right clicking it and selecting remove component. We will add another script that I made, which is called end menu, which only has the void quit game to call the application to quit. Same as for the start menu script, add the end menu to the button and add it to the list where you select quit game. Now let's add the scene again in the build settings to detect the game over screen. Let's test it out now to see if it works properly. It works properly, but as you can see, the quit button doesn't work. The quit button doesn't work because it's not an application yet. To make it an app, we have to first build the game to be able to play it outside of the Unity editor. First, let's go to build settings, and then here you can see your scenes in the game and which platform you want to use. I will only build this for the PC and not for any other platform like Android, iOS, or PS4. Now let's go to player settings. Here you can edit your company name, which I set mine to my group, which is LPH. And I also changed the name to Super Capsule Jumper. There are a lot of settings here that you can change, but I will only be showing you the simple ones that you might want to configure. You can also here additionally add an icon to your game if you want to configure that, but I am already satisfied with having the default one for this game. Now, the next step is to build the game. So press the build button and locate the directory where you want your game and create a folder for it if you want to. I made one and called it 3D game. After compiling, it now shows you the game you built. So let's open the game to play it. As you can see, the game opened and it's working properly. Now, let's test out the quit button. As you can see, since it's already been built, the quit button works properly. So that concludes the series for making a 3D platform game. I hope you learned a lot and thank you for watching. Bye bye.